some regulatory requirements. And this is a post we published recently about London Plan policy. Really good example about targeting reduction in building life cycle emissions. So this policy relies on life cycle assessment pretty much and defines specific targets for building applications and building approvals. There's a lot of details here. I'm just going to reference this table for now because we're going to explore it in more details throughout the presentation. What the policy is showing us is first they're removing operational impacts. So module B6 and module B7, which is operational energy and operational water supply and treatment, is excluded from this policy. So the targeting embodied impacts. Okay. This table is for an office. So the results that we're seeing here is kilograms of carbon per meter square gross floor area of an office building. So we use today office building as an example, but the important thing to remember here is the application of the methodology. So you can replicate the same approach to different typologies. The numbers will change, but once you've got the concept and you know where to find the initial information, it becomes a lot easier to communicate with the project team. So we see here 3 different columns. One is the eTool benchmark that I'll show you throughout the presentation, a benchmark model that is available in the software. Okay. The other column here is the whole life carbon, which is the policy name for this, capturing the whole life carbon emissions from a building. The whole life carbon benchmark is the minimum requirement. So 1,300 kilograms, 1.3 tons of carbon per meter square. So this is the minimum requirement, and we also have an aspirational target for those that are willing to push the boundaries further. So when we're looking at the total results here, we're talking roughly around 1 ton per meter square. So this gives you an indication if you have a project that is 10,000 square meters, 20,000 square meters, you already have a ballpark figure of your embodied impacts, excluding operational, because operational will vary depending on location, grid mix, and etc. So starting to give you an understanding of the ballpark figure, what the impacts, the majority of the impacts are. So we're seeing a focus in module A1 and A3, the product stage, because the majority of the impacts for this scope occur at the materials and construction stage, a project stage. So you see here the eTool benchmark 600 kilograms. So half of these impacts occur at the product stage. It also helps you understand all the areas of relevance. So should we focus on transportation impacts or construction impacts, or should we actually focus on our procurement process and try to extend warranty periods and guarantee quality of our products and durability, so we reduce maintenance and repair impacts? We also have opportunity to look at the end of life impacts and understand the big ticket items from demolition and waste processing. So we can start discussing strategies for design for disassembly. But there's a lot you can take just from this table without even looking at your project specifically, because it's going to be around the same figures here. So this is one example about the application of the early stage target setting.